Hello friends, I'm Akash, and this is your News of the Week for the week of January 1st to January 7th, 2023. I am Akash Rakoti, and let's take a look at our first story today. Republican Majority Leader in the House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy, has been elected Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives in a historic election that took 15 different ballots to complete. Here's how it happened. Speaker McCarthy represents California's 20th district and is in his 9th House term. McCarthy competed against Democratic candidate and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries in the Speaker election, succeeding Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi after the Republican Party gained a majority in the House of Representatives election in the 2022 midterms. This Republican victory was very, very narrow, and another issue is that the party was still split on who to support for Speaker. This meant that in the first election on January 3rd, 2023, no candidate was able to win a simple majority of votes, and the election had to be redone again. And you know what happened that time? The same results appeared again because lawmakers remained very, very stubborn on who to vote for. This election was redone 15 times over the course of 4 days straight until finally on January 7, 2023, the House of Representatives elected Kevin McCarthy as the 55th Speaker of the House. That is the story of this historic and highly controversial Speaker election. Let's take a look at our next story. Russia declared a unilateral ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war to honor the Eastern Orthodox Church's celebration of Christmas on January 7th. Now, the Eastern Orthodox Church is the largest Christian denomination in Russia, Ukraine, and a few other countries around that area. And that means that Christmas Day in these countries is primarily celebrated on January 7th, which is the Eastern Orthodox Church's Christmas. However, despite this self-imposed ceasefire, Russia themselves have been firing missiles towards Ukraine in total violation of their own rules. I truly hope that this conflict is soon resolved in peace for the citizens of Ukraine. So let's take a look at our next story. China's full lift of their zero COVID policy, which came at a time when hospitalizations were rising and crematoriums were full, has caused the COVID-19 situation there to increase rapidly. While on the surface it seems that the statistics are fairly normal, maybe it's going up a bit, but it's not too much compared to previous waves. But in reality, underneath the surface, a series of scientist and celebrity deaths among other folks, and these are, by the way, events that the governments cannot cover up. They have to say it happened. And the fact that this is all happening, and apparently only to these people, lead people to wonder if the government issued statistics are false and that there's many more people who have passed away or otherwise been hospitalized by COVID-19. Previously, the zero COVID policy was taken too far because the government refused to let people out of their homes entirely. And in one situation, a fire started in a residential complex in Urumqi, but the residents were allegedly not allowed to leave because of the zero COVID policy. And this caused rare mass protests across China, infuriated at the deaths of many of the people in that building who couldn't get out, allegedly because the zero COVID policy wouldn't let them. And so this caused rare mass protests across China, leading Xi Jinping's government to instead completely lift the zero COVID policy entirely. China has faced the problems of both excessively propagating the zero COVID policy and completely removing it. And the best choice is to just have something in the middle, just an actual recommendation or maybe institution that you should wear a mask. But don't go so far as to completely lock people in their homes. That feels like going a bit too far. And also going a bit too far is just straight up not doing it at all, especially at a moment in time when China's COVID-19 situation is getting worse. I truly hope that the COVID-19 situation in China will get better and that those who have been afflicted with COVID-19 there recover from this disease. And that is all of your news of the week. For the week of January 1st to January 7th, 2023. Thank you all so much. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you in another news of the week. Goodbye.